I'll just take some names. It's a long list of names, but I'll just give a brief. So it's Rakhi Ghosh, Sibiten Sheikh, Rajeshwari Patil, Nishant M, Vishal Jagtap, Girish Kumar Makwana, Abhinav Krishna, Prashant Mane, Pramesh Maurya. Do you know any of these people?
I think are they one of the students that I have mentored at Expertrons?
Yes. Anything else that you can recall?
No, here I have mentored so many students, and I'm also, I mean, the bad part is I'm bad at names.
Correct,
So
correct.
very few
It's
names stay in my mind, and I interact with students almost
I know. It's a
50%.
very difficult part to remember a lot of.
Have been associated with Expertrons because your courses, your curriculum, your life projects, I think they support a lot, right? Which are very industry relevant problems, which a student gets hands on and he knows that, okay, I have done this, and tomorrow if I go to the industry and I get a job on a salary, this is something that is expected out of me. Lucky, I have had my elder brother who has been my mentor and guide in all my life. So I try to make sure that I can be an elder brother to all the students and to all the working professionals that I have interacted in terms of showcasing their mentorship, right? Because I think in the Indian society it becomes very difficult, because if, let's say, I talk about myself, if I ask my parents that, okay, what should I do in marketing, although my parents are very well educated, right? My dad is an engineer, my mother is a PhD in psychology, but they will not be able to guide me because the era has changed, times have changed, right? People around me might also not be able to guide me, right? So what I do is I go around people who are in the same industry, or create a network of people where I can go and ask that, okay, which is the right direction. And a lot of people, and specifically students, shy away from networking in India, right? Because they think if I'll ask somebody something, I might be looked as, okay, I don't know anything, or I might be looked down upon. Lack of stable mentorship sources are actually missing in the country. I think a lot of people are trying to solve that problem, but I think I'm very happy through Expertrons I am able to fulfill that mission of being able to show people the right direction. And like you said, right, those names which you've taken have actually gone and ended up into their dream job. So I think today I will sleep more peacefully, because this is what success is, right, when it comes to mentorship. So I think first is, a lot of people on resume points miss writing action verbs, right? Action verbs like I was responsible for, or strategized, or conducted, or led a team, and stuff like that. Then should be the story that you're trying to tell. What action did you take, and what was the context of the problem, right? You were leading a team of 12 members, or were you leading a team of 5 sales members, or whatever that you were doing. And I think the last most important point what people miss is, how did the results come out of it, right? How did the company that you're working for got the benefit out of it, right? Or what are the numbers which can say that, okay, you have done this better than an average guy, or better compared to the other people. Right now, in terms of a marketing resume, I think, like I said, right, I think 3 points is what I personally see when I interview a candidate for marketing. First is, how has he shown his creativity in terms of work experience, not in terms of making the resume colorful and stuff like that, right? So creativity could be shown at college level, right, where you are a part of a festival and you come up with creative ideas, or you do designing or anything as such, or a lot of people go ahead and get sponsorships, right? So that is also one of the creative ways of showing creativity. I think second, what I see is, how quickly can they think of new ideas on the go, right? Because as a marketeer, you have to always keep thinking, you have to always keep evolving and learning. And like I said, the third thing which has recently picked up is, are you able to analyze data and form inferences, so that next time when you run a campaign, or next time when you are actually doing a similar campaign, how can you improve from the existing campaigns? So I think a mix of these 3 qualities should be there on the resumes. Now, talking about these days, the trends are a lot of these free certifications, right? Every resume you see has 5 or 10 different certifications. In my times, I mean, those certifications never existed, so I still do not have any certification on my resume. So according to me, see, it's a good thing to have certifications on your resume, but please make sure that you revise the content, right? If a certification you did almost a year back and now you're not able to even answer basic questions, then it becomes a problem, right? So certifications basically help students in 2 ways, is how I put it up. One is, you learn something, right? Even though if it's free, even though if it's less, maybe 4 hours or 6 hours, you learn something new. And I think the second thing is, it helps you in filling your resume, right? As freshers, I think 99% of people have a problem that they have a half empty resume, right? Because they don't have a lot of stuff to write. they are trying to do to make people employable, they are also making them learn soft skills, right? That okay, these are the technical skills, this is how SEO works, this is how social media marketing works, but this is how you stand in front of a person, and this is how you speak in an interview, this is how you write a resume, this is how you prepare interview answers, right? And this is how you react when you are asked a question when you have no clue of the answer, right? So all those soft skills, I think, are much more necessary. I think the technical skills can only take you so far. To add that bit of an extra jump, I think, to make you as a better candidate and a more employable candidate, I think those soft skills and those trainings apart from the technical stuff is also needed. So I think the first thing, like I said, the resume should be impressive, right? In terms of all the points that I mentioned, that is the first thing, because that clears the bar. Unless and until your resume is not good, you will never be called for an interview. Once you have that interview or you are in front of an interview, what I recommend students, specifically freshers, is that they should write basic answers and prepare them and practice them many times, like your basic introduction, like that, okay, why do you want to work for this organization? Why did you choose digital marketing? And all these basic sets of 20-25 questions, right? What happens with people who are freshers is interview is a very tough situation, right? You have to wear formals, you are sitting in front of people, and the stakes are very high, you're nervous, and there are a lot of other things which play a factor, right? So what a lot of students, they do is they mug up answers and then they try to reproduce those when asked, and most of them actually fail, right? So that is what my advice to people is: practice as many times as you can, so that when you finally go ahead and give the answer the 101st time, it comes out with much more confidence, it comes out with much more vigor, right? That is the first thing. I think the second thing is like those 3 or 4 points I said, right? How do you show street smartness? Answers around that. So your answer should have that story that, okay, how you show your creativity, how you're good with your analytical skills, and how you can actually think of out of the box ideas. Specifically in an interview, I think what most of the answers should have should follow a situation, action, and a result framework, right? Where you try and understand, make the interviewer understand that, okay, this was the situation. So the situation, the action, and the result should be properly followed in situations where you are answering answers like your team building skills, like your leadership skills, like how did you act in those pressure situations or something like that, right? So like I am onboarded as a coach on your platform, where you send people to me who want to understand how to excel in a career in marketing, or how to improve their resumes, or how to beat, let's say I've taken a lot of mock interviews as well, how to give them a feeling that what happens in real life, right? Because I come from an industry experience of almost 8-9 years, and there are a lot of other mentors who also come from different platforms and different companies. They share the experience which is gained through years of knowledge, right? Through years of working in the industry. So I think for a candidate, it becomes very important. I mean, like I said, right, this is something that I do out of passion, right? Monday to Friday, I have a full-time job. I make sure I find time on Saturdays, and this is something that gives me energy, right? I go back very charged on a Monday morning if I have taken classes or made students study something in the weekend, right? So the more number of students I interact with, I think it helps me. And I think that is, like I said, right? I mean, like today I will get a much better sleep compared to yesterday, because you've told me that, okay, 5-7 people actually got placed in their dream companies thanks to my inputs as well, right? So I'm looking forward to you guys. Message to all the aspirants out there is get skills which are relevant in the industry, right? Get practical knowledge. Although a lot of theories and books and things will be taught to you, but in the longer run, unless and until you don't get your hands dirty in a life project or an internship or a capstone project or something, you will not understand what the real requirements out of you is, right? So first focus on getting those skills, and then obviously if you're good, you will excel in your careers. So I think to all those people who would want to give back to the society, or who would want to help your juniors, or who would want to give their time and energies in the building of the nation, I would request all you guys to please start mentoring people. And Expertrons is an expert platform, is an excellent platform which gives you people who specifically want mentorship from your particular experience, right? So make sure that you guide more people, because I think after a level when you grow in your careers, how well are you able to train other people, or how well are you able to motivate more people to do the work that you are doing, is something that matters. I mean, mostly I do it either late nights or on the weekends. So it's totally up to your availability, and they will make sure that none of your day-to-day businesses and day-to-day lives will ever be impacted. So that is what I would request people. Apart from paying taxes, this is also one of the ways in which I say that, okay, I contribute to the building of this nation.